I'm sitting here with psychotherapist Lisa Brookman of WiseWomenCanada. I'm so excited that you're here this morning.
Thank you.
Because we're talking about the dreaded talk.
Yes, big talk.
Big talk. Okay, so getting back into the dating game is already very difficult, but what could be even more difficult is introducing your children to that new partner.
Exactly.
So is there such a thing as too soon for that introduction?
Well, I think really that if you're going to make the choice to introduce your children to your new partner, you should really know them well. So, you know, sometimes people say, oh, well, you know, I want them to get to know my kids right away. We're a package deal. That works, but you should really know your partner very well before you kind of introduce them, because there is loss that children go through, firstly, that they've gone through the divorce. So if they get to know your partner and then you guys decide that you're not dating anymore, it makes them have more loss.
And what's also interesting is we were talking earlier, and we keep forgetting that it's not just about the new partner and that new relationship. You should also be telling your ex that you're going to be introducing the children to this new partner in your life.
Exactly. It's a level of respect. Your new partner probably will not be jumping for joy because you're introducing your children to a new partner, but out of respect, they should know, and it allows the children to kind of have open communication. So if they do come back and say, you know, Daddy, I met Mom's new boyfriend, it doesn't cause a lot of havoc in the relationship.
You could get that phone call and be like, excuse me, what?
Yes,
what's happening?
exactly.
Okay, so you want to try to avoid that.
Definitely.
And should there be a certain level of respect in terms of your children versus the new partner? Do you have to force your children to like this new person?
Well, listen, the relationship should bloom on a constant basis. The fact that your children are meeting someone new is probably very awkward for them. They've probably only seen their parents together. So seeing their parents in this kind of teenage, new love life, dating, getting ready is probably awkward for them. So I think that kind of relationship goes very slowly. I think as they get to know them, the relationship should bloom, and hopefully they get to know each other and enjoy each other's company.
And if you don't allow your children to have that transition, could there be an adverse effect on them if they keep seeing mommy and daddy show up with brand new partners every once in a while? Sometimes, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all adults here.
Right.
There's that fling.
But
so should that fling be meeting your children, and is it okay?
I would say if it's a fling, probably not, because what ends up happening is the children become resentful, and then they kind of say, oh, is this the reason why my mom is not with my dad? Is that the reason why? And, you know, these new people that you're dating become the kind of the scapegoat. So if you're going to introduce, make sure you know them well, make sure you're comfortable with them, meet in a public place, go out for coffee, go to the park and play. Don't make it too serious when you're meeting the first time. Make it very, you know, easygoing, maybe a barbecue in the backyard.
That's a good idea.
You know, laid back, not too much pressure on the children to kind of have to, okay, I have to like this person. Let them ease into it.
We're saying, okay, maybe I don't want to like this person, but then what happens if the opposite happens and then they end up liking this person so much that they go back home to mommy or daddy and then they say, I had such a great time with Lisa or Michael, and you don't do this, but Michael did this or Lisa did this. What do you do then?
That becomes complicated, because then, you know, they start to enjoy being with the partner more than they enjoy being with their own parents. I think we have to talk to our children and let them know, you know, there's a level of respect, and to say things like that could be hurtful.
Of course.
But listen, if everyone can be amicable and all the girlfriends and the boyfriends and the parents can get along and everyone enjoys the children, I mean, how wonderful would it be for these children to have more people who love and care for them?
But that's easier said than done. Most of the time, a lot of those introductions don't work. There's jealousy with the ex-partner or the new partner, the children, especially if that new partner has children, bringing children into that equation. And then what happens if the new partner becomes the husband or wife, and then they have a child?
It becomes complicated. It's rarely the Brady Bunch. You know, that show in the 70s where the two families get together and they love each other and it's wonderful. It's rarely that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. You know, I have clients who come to see me in my office for exactly this issue. They're having trouble blending their families, and they come in and I do work with them, and I ease them into it, and I teach them how to communicate. It's a process. It rarely happens easily.
Well, if you're about to go on that date this weekend, just make sure that this partner is in it to win it, because otherwise you might traumatize the children. Lisa Brookman, thank you so much for being with us this morning.